But bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
What up guys, welcome back to the channel for another review, cuzzies. It's been a long while since we've had one of these, but today we are reviewing, without spoilers, the season finale to The Mandalorian. For those of you who have yet to see this show, I highly recommend you go check out my episode 1 review, and to then go and watch it for yourself because the show is amazing. Anyways, without further ado, I hope you guys know my name, it's Slashbang, and you're watching a weekly commentary. So, let's talk Star Wars. With episode 9 coming out last week, Jedi Fallen Order being, a massive hit, Battlefront 2 really starting to shine again, it seems that Star Wars is in the best place it's been since the Lucas era. The Mandalorian is the physical impression of that statement. Throughout this show, die-hard and casual Star Wars fans have found themselves united into loving the same thing, without any complaints for the most part. This is not only the first time something like this has happened in the Disney era, but it is quite honestly one of the only few times in the history of Star Wars for the fandom to be united. Honestly, Star Wars is never united. We're crazy. The fandom is insane. We can never agree collectively on anything, and that's fine. You got your original trilogy fans, your prequel fans, the sequel fans, Legends fans, games fans, and ultimately we usually never see eye to eye. But that's why The Mandalorian is so special, because it has united the fandom to such an extent that we can all agree that Star Wars might just be in good hands after all. When The Last Jedi came to be, many fans, including myself, were seriously questioning if Disney was ever going to be able to make Star Wars media the way it's meant to be. There's a reason I haven't talked about episode 9, it's because what I think about it is most likely going to be the opposite of what you think, and that's fine. But The Mandalorian is so far universally loved, so I think I'm capable of giving a valid review on this finale. So let's get out of the intro, we've been in it for like 2 minutes now, and let's actually kick off the video. It starts as a direct continuation from last week's episode. I'm keeping this review spoiler free, so that's all I'm going to descriptively say about what happens. But the episode as a whole seemed non-stop stuff going on, and I say that because it's not always action, but there's always something that's happening. From the start of the episode we get some really funny Star Wars humor, and honestly it caught me off guard with how far they took it. I burst out laughing and it set me up for a really enjoyable episode. Only 2 minutes into it. Action wise, I'm willing to say that this episode is one of the most brutal. I'm going to tell you that right now. It is pretty damn brutal. We see stormtroopers being melted alive, literally being melted, blown to smithereens with explosives, and they even go so far to cave the stormtroopers' helmets into their skulls. Freaking bam! Helmet gets smashed, pieces of helmets go flying. It's crazy. Obviously there's no gore in Star Wars, but still brutal. There's this non-stop feeling of emergency, that the characters are stuck and need to do anything they can to make it out alive. It's suspenseful as all hell, and that's because Baby Yoda's life isn't the only one on the line in this episode. All I'm gonna say. Story-wise, this episode really wraps up a fan-favourite story arc with a nice little ribbon on top. The episode title being The Redemption, I'm sure most of you guys can figure out who I'm talking about. Aside from that though, we do get a lot more backstory with Mando, including his name and where it comes from. The writing really helps explain to normie fans what a Mandalorian really is, so I like that. I like that people don't have to dive too far into the old canon to understand. Diving into old canon is good, but technically it's Legends, and technically it's not canon. But the way I like to look at it is that everything in the old canon, as long as it's before the sequel trilogy, it's still canon, it's just not officially canon until Disney makes it officially canon. Like Revan is canon now. He wasn't before, but he is now. Anyways, the final bit before the end credits really brings to light a new question for the series that in my head has two answers of what it could be. And I'm going to ask you this in the comments. Don't worry, it's not a spoiler, but the two questions I have are, do you think that blade at the end of the show, do you think it was inherited? Or do you think it was stolen? Let me know in the comments what you think. Try to leave it spoiler free. I doubt anyone's gonna be reading the comments and going, "Oh fuck, there's spoilers," but you know, just in case. But yeah, like it's really interesting to think about to me what that could be, and I've got a lot of theories. And I'm super excited to see whether or not they confirm any of them. To wrap this review up, all I'm going to say is I honestly think that the finale was a great end to this story arc for The Mandalorian. But whilst remaining honest, all I'm going to say is I wish it wasn't over. What am I going to do without my weekly dose of Baby Yoda and badass fight scenes? What am I going to do, Disney? What am I going to... Sorry, got a little carried away there. I'm going to give this episode a solid 10 out of 10. It set up Season 2 really well, and I'm more hyped than ever for it. Not only did it set up Season 2 well, just the whole 47-minute episode was just full of... It was just full of feels, like... feels of emergency, feels of wow, feels of damn, feels of haha, you know. It was just like such a mixed bag of good. And that's why I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, because even though it was a mixed bag, there was no licorice drops in there, you know. It was all red frogs and shit. It was all lollies that you want to eat. So that's why I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I really hope that the next season will be much longer though, because man, I love this show and the direction it's going in. It's truly amazing. In any case, that's all from me, lads. So please leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and, you know, also give me a share while you're at it. Because if every single one of you guys, you know, it might only be 15 people, if you guys share one of my videos to at least one friend, you know, just one guy, you know, your best mate that you talk to every couple of minutes or whatever, you know, I'll be forever grateful if you do that for me. And it'll really help my channel out, because we're sitting at 309 subs right now. You know, the number may drop, may rise, but if you guys, you know, introduce more people to me, I'll be forever grateful. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this, so I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Laters.
You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.